The night was unusually quiet as Jake and I walked through our neighborhood, the only sound being our footsteps echoing off the pavement. Streetlights cast long shadows and a chill hung in the air. We were discussing plans for the weekend when a sudden movement caught our eye. A dark figure stood a good distance away, hunched over something on the ground. Just seeing that was enough to tell me that something was definitely going on. My neighborhood has always been peaceful. We don't get many strange events. I remember stopping Jake before he could keep walking because he hadn't been aware of our surroundings. He often never knew what was going on until it was right up in his face. The person, if it was one, was making guttural, groaning noises that sent shivers down my spine. It was like it came from a demon or something. To put it into terms you might be able to visualize, it was like a blend of sharp, exhaling sighs that kept going seemingly without end. "Hey, are you okay?" Jake called out, his voice betraying a hint of concern. I almost felt annoyed at him that he'd said anything at all. We could have tried to make a getaway before the person noticed us. The figure didn't respond, just continued its unsettling feast. I still hesitate to wonder what exactly it was that the person was eating, though I do remember it looked stringy, pale, and smelled like roadkill. Fresh roadkill. We took a few cautious steps backwards, not wanting to intrude, but also unable to tear our eyes away from the scene. That's when the chaotic moments happened. The figure slowly rose, its movements jerky and unnatural. As it turned around, the dim light revealed its grotesque appearance. The flesh seemed twisted, hanging off the bone in a way that was profoundly wrong. Its eyes were glazed over, devoid of life, yet they fixed on us with a predatory glare. Only time I've ever been stared at like that was when Jake was starving and wanted the last slice of pizza I had in my hand. In a moment of pure terror, it lunged forward, arms outstretched, ready to grab us. Instinctively, we turned and ran, sprinting in opposite directions. After all, our houses weren't in the same areas. I could hear the creature's ragged breaths behind me, its footsteps, and they were bare footsteps, pounding on the pavement. I didn't dare look back, as much as I wanted to, my heart pounding in my chest as I navigated the familiar streets that suddenly felt like a labyrinth. It was pretty dark that night. Eventually, I burst through my front door, panting and shaking, not sure if I had escaped or if the creature was still out there. I waited, agonizing minutes ticking by, until finally Jake called. He was home, safe. We talked about what we saw, trying to make sense of it, but we couldn't. Once more the neighborhood was silent, but the memory of that twisted, hungry gaze haunted us, leaving us to wonder where the strange figure had gone, and if it would return. Although, of course, we both hoped that that would never happen again. I'm still definitely terrified, and I haven't been the same since. Hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you in the next one. See you on the flip side.